What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at Fortnite versus Call of Duty's brand new Battle Royale, Warzone for Modern Warfare, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think is better based on the different things we have in the game. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Nick Plays Games here, back again with a different kind of video. Today we're going to be comparing Modern Warfare's new Warzone with Fortnite. And before I even go on, I just want to say everything here is completely my opinion. I don't want to see anybody angry in the comments. You know, you guys might think differently, but this is just my opinion. But starting off, I want to look at parachuting into battle, just because that's the first thing you do in any kind of Battle Royale game. But I like Modern Warfare's approach here. What they did was kind of give you a little intro cinematic cutscene of you jumping out of a little AC-130 right here. And you know, you do have your typical map. As you can see, you can ping locations, and I like that you have a bit more of symbolism across the map, you know, showing you shops and vehicles and things like that, which I thought was interesting. And something you might notice is you actually have a loadout before you even fall down. So everybody here is actually equipped with a pistol before we even hit the ground, which is quite different from Fortnite. You know, in Fortnite all you have is your pickaxe and you know, no weapons. So you know what that allows you to do here in Modern Warfare is actually be able to shoot at other people on the way down. I know that probably sounds really tough to do, and I think some people actually try to shoot me in this clip on the way down. But I think that was an interesting touch. You know, it allows for some combat before you even touch the ground here, and you know, it can be interesting for some gunfights, especially if everyone is landing in the same area. I think I tried to shoot at this guy right here, but you know, it's obviously really tough to kind of shoot at people on the way down while you're falling out of an airplane. But I thought that was an interesting touch that Modern Warfare added. Now we are on to Fortnite. You know, everybody knows the battle bus here. Your typical, you know, everybody goes here. Thanks to the driver. Make sure you say thank you for dropping you off somewhere on the map. But you know, with Fortnite, you know, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say, I guess you could say a bit more boring. You know, we don't get any kind of cool cutscene of the bus flying out of the clouds and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, it is just the kind of the beginning of the battle here. And, you know, there is no weapons. As you can see, I don't have any type of loadout as I'm falling down here. Just your pickaxe. But you know, that I don't think that really takes away too much. You know, at the end of the day, when you do land, you're going to pick up a gun and get into battle immediately. But you know, that's just something that's a bit different from Fortnite and Modern Warfare that I guess Modern Warfare could add a little bit more. You know, something interesting before the battle even starts. And for our second comparison, we're going to look into the actual in-game gunfights. You know, probably the most important part of any battle royale game. But as you can see, we're looking at Modern Warfare here. Call of Duty, you know, is a bit more of a kind of, even though I would say it's a fast-paced game in battle royale, you know, we have such a big map. It's not going to move as quickly as Fortnite, but in my opinion, you know, the combat is a bit different. You know, this is a first-person shooter compared to Fortnite's third-person kind of gameplay. But you know, this is a bit more, I would say, a bit more immersive in Call of Duty. Just as you can see here, you know, we got the care package come down, and we are in the battle with another team. You know, battling for the loot, the loadouts coming from the care package. You know, it's pretty serious here. You know, we're trying to pick them off, and we got our teammates here hiding off in the distance. But I'd say it's a bit more immersive, just because, you know, when you're in these gunfights here on Modern Warfare, you know, you got to be super careful, just because you know, the map is so big, and I think you know, using your sound and situational awareness is just so much more valuable here in Modern Warfare. Obviously, you know, it's also really good to take into notice when you're playing Fortnite as well. But I think just in Call of Duty itself, you know, being more aware of your surroundings, and you're going to see why I say that in this clip right here. But you know, I think it's a bit more immersive just in Modern Warfare, and gunfights here feel a bit more realistic and a bit more kind of crazy. And just as you can see, as I turn around, we got another team trying to flank us from the backside here. And I am able to take this guy out with the help of my teammate, but it looks like his buddy just comes around the truck here and he takes me out. So yeah. Now, getting back into Fortnite gunfights, you know, as I said, you know, it's not as immersive. It is a third-person shooter here. You know, it's a bit more laid back. You know, gunfights here are a lot more easier, in my opinion. I find, you know, it's a lot easier to kind of 2v1, 3v1 people in Fortnite. You know, you don't die as quickly in Fortnite as from my experience. You know, especially if you have a full shield on and full health, you know, you can survive pretty well. And a huge thing that Fortnite has that Call of Duty doesn't is building. You know, as you can see here, I get into a gunfight with this third guy here. You know, fighting three people in over the past 10 seconds, and you know, he tries to build and run up on me. But you know, that's just something Modern Warfare doesn't have to offer to its people, to its players. And you know, just here, you know, using houses and doors and people parachuting off the roof and things like that. You know, it's a bit more kind of quick paced. You know, people are kind of, you gotta, as soon as the game starts, you're gonna run into people, especially if you go into an area with a lot of loot and a lot of resources. But you know, at the same time, you are able to last a bit longer. In Call of Duty gunfights, I would say, don't last more than 3 or 4 seconds on average. But here in Fortnite, you know, we do have a few clips here where you know, these gunfights are, you know, not just 1v1s, you know, 2 or 3 people. Here I'm picking off this poor guy as he's trying to fight somebody else in building. He doesn't even know where the shots are coming from. But at the same time, even though he's fighting 2 people, he's not dead yet, you know, and that's thanks to being able to build here. But you know, I try to run up on him right here, use my little shotgun. I don't get him for some reason. But Fortnite, I think, gives, you know, players a bit more of a chance in gunfights. You know, even if you're not as skilled, you have a longer, I guess, time, you know, to fight back and at least try to win that fight there, that gunfight. You know, and in Call of Duty, I'd say, you know, it's not as forgiving. You know, if you miss a shot, if you don't aim for the right spot, you know, if let's say you and another guy start shooting each other at the same time, if he gets you in the chest and you get him in the foot, you know, you're dying in less than a second there. But you know, Fortnite, I find, is a bit more forgiving, and also I think it depends a lot as well about the guns. You know, most of the guns in Fortnite, you know, if you're shooting from long range, as you'll see in this battle here, you know, your bullets do tend to fall off and are not as accurate with the recoil and things like that. You can see my hit markers just kind of spreading out. But you know, I do get this guy quite a bit, and for some reason I still die somehow. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Now, I think a really interesting area I wanted to bring up is what happens when you die. Now, you know, normally when you die in a game, you know, you either respawn or the game is over. But Modern Warfare brought us a really cool little twist here. Basically, when you do die in Modern Warfare, you get put into this gulag. As you can see, this cutscene, these 2 guys just dragging me into the prison, and you're here with everybody else who's died. You know, you have a little bit of fun here. You can beat each other up. You can actually throw rocks at the people at the bottom, and basically what happens here is whoever dies, you get one chance to kind of fight your way back into the game. And basically, you're going to get put against a 1v1 against the other person, and you know, you both spawn at the other end. As you can see, I'm trying to throw rocks at this guy, but whoever wins the 1v1 gets to come back into the game. And I thought that was a really cool thing that Call of Duty did there with their battle royale, is that you actually get a chance. You know, with Fortnite, it's not really the case. You know, you die, you die. But here in Modern Warfare, you know, here I'm just using everything I can. I flashbang the guy, and luckily, you know, he's disoriented, and I actually get him here with my Desert Eagle. And you know, because of that, I get released. So you get another cool cutscene. No more second chances. You know, it wouldn't be fair if you could just keep doing that. Otherwise, the game would never end. But at least you do get a chance to come back. And you know, here I am just looking back for where my team is on the map, and you get to join them. So you know, even if they're not able to revive you when you go down, you know, and you lose all your weapons and stuff, at least, you know, they know, you know, if you do win that gunfight, you can come back. And also in Modern Warfare, they do have the option to buy back a teammate if you have enough money. But in this case, you know, I died myself, so I wasn't buying anybody back. But since I did win that 1v1 in the gulag, I am back now. So that's a really cool thing that Call of Duty has to offer that Fortnite doesn't really. And like I mentioned, you know, back in Fortnite, when you do die, what happens? Well, nothing really happens. When you die, you just die. And you either have the option to spectate the person, just go back to the lobby. And I'm just going to let you guys watch what's going on here. In the end, guys, I'd say Fortnite, you know, if you're more of a fast-paced kind of guy, you do enjoy the more quick gameplay, you know, the more, I would say, more fair 1v1s, gunfights. Fortnite is probably better for you. But, you know, if you do prefer the more Call of Duty kind of slower-paced gameplay, but, you know, the more, I guess you could say, harder gunfights, you're probably going to like Modern Warfare better. So guys, that's pretty much been it for me. I hope you enjoyed this comparison video, and if you like these type of videos, leave a comment what you want to see in the future. You know, I can compare other games as well. They don't have to be, you know, first-person shooter games. But yeah, guys, you know, it's a bit of a different type of video, not my typical Dragon Ball Z stuff. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. It's been Nick Plays Games, and I'll see you guys next time.